Okay, so have a pretty massive leak. All the water sort of pools here by the flower bed on the sprinkler system. Now, I found the valves. There they are down there. Dug them all out. That was all full of mud. These things were over each valve with the caps. So I dug that up. I shut off the valve over here. So I think that I'm going to turn this valve back on and see if we get any water down the other end. Okay, she's on. Heard her come on. Let's see. Well, that was a little anticlimactic. I don't see anything. But maybe I have to turn on the valves to get them to leak. Maybe they're leaking when the sprinklers are on. That'll be the next thing I check. I've got to run downstairs for that. So here's the front of the video. We'll get the end of it a little later. Alright, what my problem here is my valves down there for the sprinkler system are leaking when they shouldn't be, which means they probably have some rust or some sand or something inside there. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking the tops off and the solenoids, and I'll be rebuilding and cleaning everything. But the first step is to get all the mud off of them, make them very clean, because you don't want to get more dirt in there than's already in there. You understand that? And how I found the leak was such that my sprinkler heads, which are the lower ones, were continually leaking 24 hours a day, and they stopped when I shut off the main valve. After a while, you know, of course they leaked out whatever was in the lines, but we shut it off for a day. Everything dried up. I turned it on for an hour and I checked my lower heads, and that's when I found that they were moist, becoming wet. They weren't spraying out, they were just, you know, little leaking out through the top and running down the side of the fitting and making the ground wet. But anyway, that's how I found it, and I can show you. This is one of the fittings that was totally dry before I opened up the valve, which the supply valve that would be. And you can see that the dirt around it is moist. And when I go down here to the one that was on the end, this one was very moist. It's been a couple hours since I had it on, so it is drying up. But you can see how this one's wet all the way around. This is the lowest one apparently. But, this one has some, you can see where it's leaking down into there. But that's how I found it. And what I'll be doing now is I'll be letting these dry off, let the water go down in case they drop anything, and I'll be rebuilding them. They're Rainbird 1-inch inline valves for sprinklers, irrigation. Alright, after you come in here and you clean everything off, all the dirt and all that shit, you go inside or over to where your shut-off valve is and shut off your water. And there'll still be a little bit left, as you can see. I got this one loose. But the first thing you do is you go, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws. You gotta take those out. Okay? And what that'll do is that will let you pull this loose. And there's a spring in here you gotta watch out for. See it? Right there. See all that sand in there? That's mainly the problem. Okay, now I'll pull that up. Set that right here on my carpet, and inside here I have what I'm going to be replacing. I'm going to use the same solenoid. I'm just going to put a new O-ring on it. The O-ring is right there. That's the new one. Okay. Then there's the spring. There, see all that sand and gook? Look, there's pretty big rocks and shit in there. Look. But take a look at how this is oriented. Okay. And look at all the stuff in there. That's the reason this valve is sticking open. Okay. And on the back here, you know, it all comes around, goes around. Don't get any dirt in your piece. Knock any residual dirt out of there. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the new one. I'll show you what the new one looks like. Sorry, I don't mean to do this with one hand, but there's the top. Now, this one's nice and new. There's a new spring. And when you put it back, that's how it goes. Goes over top. There's little things there. Sits down in there nicely. Okay, everything's nice and clean. You take this, you take your O-ring, you put it where you're going to remember where it is. And you take this, make sure you keep your orientation of your valves the same. Okay, and you just put her back in there. Okay, I'm going to have to push down and screw it back in, but I'm pretty sure you get the idea of how you do it. Okay, because the spring, it's holding it up. I don't want to drop any parts down into the dirty water, so I'm going to, well, what I'm going to do now is, while I got you here, I'm just going to twist this off. Hope you can see that. I'm going to clean that off, pull that old O-ring out, and replace it. Alright, here at the end of my job with the sprinklers. And there's a little water left in it. It rained like crazy last night. The sprinklers were running. But I installed a new box. It was better than having 3 different separate boxes like I had before. And as soon as this dries up, I'll remove some more of that dirt in there. Leave it off today because it's like 100. But everything's working nicely. Installed the new box. It's going to look a little crazy with that big thing sticking in the lawn on the edge of it, but it'll work better. Anyway, so my leaks are done. My running heads are done. Everything's back to go. Just reach over, just in here, the way she goes, and that's how she's going to look. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, you know, click on a couple of my ads if you would like. Won't kill you. Thanks a lot.